Good day to everybody out there. This is See Thy Wealth, Water Your Health, drink a glass of water. And we back here outside at my food forest or my estate. I just want to show you guys the fruit trees that I have out here, because guess what? If there was anything where the grocery stores was to shut down, I'd be able to come out here and get some fresh coconuts. These coconuts are pruned so that you can see the fresh ones are getting ready to come in now. Over here is another dwarf coconut. Behind me, you see a mango tree. You see the ricotta, you see the sunsa cashew tree, Malay apple. The list goes on and on. We got the banana right here. Actually, this might be the plantain. This is the plantain right here. Another coconut right here. We're living off the grid. We don't have any electrical bill. We don't have any water bill. We don't have any mortgage. And as you can see, the grocery store, I'm walking through it right now. That's the power of magic and the power of being off the grid. We don't have any bills. I'm saying, because the government really doesn't have your best interest at heart. So what you have to do is you have to start thinking for self. You can't rely on your governor, your senators, your congressmen, your House of Representatives. They don't care about you. It's only a very select few of those people that really care about you. And they're never going to be able to help you. Why? Because the system is too big and it's rigged. So you have to think for self. You have to think about what happens if the grocery store shut down? What happens if the truck stopped, the 18-wheeler stopped delivering food? What happens if the planes are shut down from the sky? One thing I can ask you let me ask you a question. If they was able to have COVID come through the way it did, right? And basically slow down every economy across the planet. If they were able to do that, what makes you think that they can't shut down the planes? They can't shut down the 18-wheelers. They can't shut down any other forms of the ships, any form of transportation, because you don't own any satellites, right? So what happens if all of the satellites go down and you're not able to make money through YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or any other platform that you don't own? What happens in those situations? What are you going to do? How are you going to survive? Right? These are questions that are real, because nobody ever thought about what if we have to line up at the grocery store 6 feet apart? What if they're going to tell us when we can and can't go out the house? And if they catch you on the road, you're going to be arrested. When did we ever think before 2020 that those things were happening, or if they were even possible? Never. So when that stuff occurs, it begs to reason, or it stands to reason, that we have to now start asking other questions. What happens if the satellite shut down? Because I don't own a satellite. I don't own a plane. I don't own 18-wheelers and ships. So what happens if those things shut down? The first thing that's going to happen is people are going to go through everything in their fridge. You don't even care about if you can pay your mortgage. Only thing you care about when things go haywire is if you can eat today, if you can feed your family today, right? So nobody's worried about the mortgage. Screw that. It's what are you going to do if you can't feed yourself? You're going to take to the streets. You're going to go crazy. You're going to try to rob, steal, kill whoever you can, eat each other. Why? Because you wasn't prepared. You're making all this money on all these social media platforms. What are you going to do if this stuff shuts down? I don't make enough money off of this for me to come on here and talk like this. It's right here. My money is right there, that ricotta tree. You know what they use that right there for? Red dye for food. My money is all around me. I can come and pick up, I got a soursop tree right there I started, a plum tree, a star fruit, a star apple, coconuts, kaimito. But we don't own satellites, man. We don't own grocery stores. Very few of us own farms. I don't say we don't own groceries. I'm talking about black people. A lot of black people don't own none of this stuff. You know what we do own? $400 pair of sneakers, $6,000 pair of jeans, $20,000 watches, $150,000 car. Meanwhile, your health is suffering. You can't go 3 days without eating, without your body feeling like you're gonna die, because you're so dependent on the foods, the processed foods, the meats, the starches, the dairy products, which is your health is your real wealth. It's not the other way around. The wealth is your real health. I'm sorry. It's not the wealth that we think it is. The wealth that y'all think it is having a whole bunch of money, mansions, cars, women, jewelry. That's not wealth. That's material stuff that could be taken away today. This is your body, this temple. That's your real wealth. Your mind, your emotional stability. All of that is your real wealth. So what is going to happen to you when the satellite shut down? It's been times where you couldn't access your Instagram account. What are you going to do when that stuff is completely wiped out? When X is no longer able to be accessible? When TikTok is no longer cutting them checks because you can't log in? What are you going to do? When the grocery stores is shut down, the trucks ain't delivered, or the ships got stranded out there because the GPS was connected to the satellite that was able to get it here, or the planes just start dropping out the ground because of whatever. Listen, man, this isn't far-fetched. These are all things that could really happen. And motherfuckers may say, well, if it really go down, you ain't gonna have no protection either. You just might be right. But guess what? I'll be able to sustain myself until whatever happens to me. You, on the other hand, are gonna have to go out and go every which way you can when that deep freezer with all that meat you got in there is gone. Because you can't feed yourself no more. You're living in the concrete jungle, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami, Lexington, Kentucky. And you're in them inner cities, even if you're on the backcountry, if you ain't growing no food and all that land is just sitting there, what's the point of having it? We can't talk about having high-level conversations until we talk about doing for self, until we talk about self-sustainability. But you want to go and continue to put your money into McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, Nike, Balenciaga, Gucci. I'm tired of them name brands. I'm tired of them. I don't own no shares in none of those companies. And I can guarantee you, 99% of my people out there that's watching this, you probably don't own no shares in those companies either. And even if you did, you can't eat that if things was to go into turmoil. You can't eat that. I could come and grab this banana, you heard? I could come and grab this banana off the tree. I can go and grab them coconuts off the tree. I can go over here and grab this Malay apple off the tree and make some juice or eat it whole. Yes, I'm just trying to inspire you to be your best. And if you're not going to be your best, at least be inspired to go and get you some land so you're able to do for self in case things go crazy. It's already going crazy. But in case things come to your doorstep, it's inevitable that the destruction of America and the global economy is going to hit your doorsteps. Because it ain't even just America anymore. This is a planet-wide thing where everybody's dependent on some form of system if you don't have your own. And for the black men in America and the black people in America, most of us don't even have handyman skills. 98% of us don't know how to build nothing. We don't know how to construct a home. We don't know how to do any plumbing. We don't know how to do roofing, nothing that's valuable, including me. I don't know how to do none of this stuff. But guess what? I'm not gonna let me not being able to do that stop me from getting to where I gotta get to. I just can't. I have to continue to find ways to get to where I gotta go. Whether I gotta hire someone that's an expert, right? Or I have to barter and partner with someone else to show me how to get it done. They say knowledge is power, but we know that's not true. Applied knowledge is power. It's no point in having the knowledge if you're not gonna use it. You in the 15th floor of a co-op in Manhattan, and everything that I'm telling you right now, and shit go crazy out here, and you're stuck in, that's not power. Because you're not applying it. That's not power. Cigarettes cause cancer, and you're sitting there smoking them every day. It says it on the pack. That's dumb knowledge. Excuse me, the noise in the background. I'm in the front of my property. I'm saying I'm not in the back. Even if I was in the back, you still would be able to hear that loudness. But that's all right. We got to take the bitter with the sweet where we are. We're not all the way out there. We off, well, you ain't got to be off, you don't have to be nowhere to be off grid. You could be in the city and be off grid as long as you're not connected to the source of the power, the energy, and the water. You off grid. So we don't want to get it twisted or confused. But what we want to do is we want to spread light on things that could possibly happen and where you would, and just try to open up your mind and your perspective on what things you might need to tighten up on. What things you might need to start educating yourself on. What things you may need to start to let go because it's no longer important. Some things are just not important anymore. Having the flyest car is just not important anymore to me. Having the newest phone is just not important to me anymore. buying a whole bunch of real estate is just not important to me anymore. It's not. I did that. I done traveled the United States. I done been to the city buying properties. That shit was fun. It was cool. I loved it. I enjoyed it. But it's a time and place for everything. Now that I've done that, I didn't just go and see, people saw me traveling. They probably thought I was just moving around and enjoying myself. And while I was enjoying myself, I think I was just frivolously spending money. I was setting myself up for days like this. Because what they say, my mama told me there'd be days like this. It's days like this that I was preparing for. When I knew that I wanted to rely on me or nature or God or the universe. I knew it was gonna come a time. I love control. They say that's an illusion. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Anytime you turn on the TV and they telling you if you out past this time, or you gonna get in trouble, or you can't come to the or you gotta do like this at the grocery store, you gotta wear this type of mask, or you can't come here, or you gotta get this shot, or you can't come to work. That told me that I wasn't in control. That was a visual and a physical feeling of me not being in control. So I had to figure out what do I have to do to gain back my control and my power. I have to start to grow my own food. I have to have my own water. I have to be able to get my own energy from the source, which is the sun. Sun comes up every day. It's one thing that is the constant in our life. Sunlight, or the sun, comes up every day, whether we like it or not. That's the source. So I had to come to a place where the sun was year round, even during the rainy season. We still got sun. We still able to get electricity to our solar power because the sun is so powerful even on its cloudiest day. Some rays are coming through. We might not be able to get all the energy we need when the clouds are covering it up, but guess what? We still are able to tap in to our energy when we need it most. So listen, take yourself and go and get you some land. And if you already got the land, start to grow you some food. And if you don't have any seeds, stock up on some seeds, because you never know when you're gonna need. I got plenty of seeds in my cabinet. I'm going to get some more. I got to take a trip back to the States. Why? Because I have to go get the Starlink. I might not have to go to the States. I could probably go to Mexico. But the problem with the Mexico thing is you can't drive a rental car across the border. And I don't want to take my truck across the border because I like driving all the way up there. I don't want to put miles on my truck like that. Man, if it makes more sense for me to go to Mexico, if they got it across the border, then I'll go get it across the border. But if I can't, then I'll fly to Miami or fly to Houston or somewhere close, the closest place I can fly, go get me the Starlink and bring it back. Saying? And in the process of that, I'm gonna have some seeds delivered to the States. So when I get to the United States, I can have those seeds forwarded from my address to where I am, and I could just bring them back when I head back here. And I'm not talking about fruit seeds and all that. I'm talking about seeds of plants that really matter. Repellents of insects and all them types of plants that are, so a lot of that stuff is here too. But a lot of things like lavender, basil, thyme, other things as well. But we just want to make sure that we're stocking up on our seeds. We're not just talking this, we actually walking the walk, and we talking it as well. We hitting you with both facets of it. You know what I mean? So this is what it is, baby. You gotta start to do for self, because if you're not gonna do for self, somebody else is gonna be doing for you. And the moment that they cut that off, you're done. Just like this video is. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is See Thy Wealth, water your health. Drink a glass of water.